Okay, guys, thanks for sticking around. Appreciate you guys, as always, covering the team. Certainly hard down there in that locker room with the players. Put a lot into it, and to come up short tonight for a lot of reasons that are disappointing. But we got a really good group of people down there, coaches and players alike, and we'll scrape ourselves off the mat and get back to work and fix the issues that are costing us right now and get back. We get another opportunity in 7 days, so we're looking forward to that. I'll try to answer the questions. Anything you have?
Greg, 6 penalties, and they all seem to come at really debilitating times. Just how frustrating was that? How debilitating was it for your team?
Yeah, well, we've been doing really well, the last probably, 20 games or so. And tonight, some really critical errors. It's 28-24 with about 8 minutes left. And we make a big third down stop, and that was a crushing blow. But there were so many things. There's no one play that, we made too many mistakes against a very good football team tonight. And we need to coach better. We need to play better. Iowa's not going to beat themselves. I said that early in the week. You're going to have to go beat them. And we didn't. We didn't deserve to win the game. Had we won it, we would really been, getting out of there one what really wasn't rightfully ours the way we played.
To kind of go off that, 2 straight games with a block kick, the opening kickoff return touchdown. What did you see from your vantage point on some of those special teams missteps, and are you worried about the trend that it's setting with these last couple of games with the special teams mistakes?
Yeah, certainly they're bad plays, right? To open the game with a kickoff return for a touchdown, it's not like we don't know why it happened. It was an unusual circumstance. I don't know why we did it. That's frustrating, right? Because we've done very well. It's too bad. Really a bad way to start a game. It's you spot someone 7 points. And then the PAT field goal stuff, I got to look at that play. I kind of felt like maybe there was something that wasn't right there. But we have to be able to block it no matter what. And then we missed one. So, and the penalty there, the illegal procedure penalty, that's not, you can't have that either. I don't know if it changed it or not. Does he kick it from? But it is what it is. Happened. We got to clean it up because you won't win games making those kind of mistakes.
They scored 21 points in the first 3 possessions and then only 7 the rest of the way. I mean, disappointed by execution, missed opportunities. I mean, what are the reasons for that, you think?
Well, I don't know exactly, Steve. I think, when I watch the video, I'll know more exactly why. But, we came out very hot. Ethan was extremely accurate. But, I think he put up 400 yards against Iowa defense. That's plenty good enough to win. And quite honestly, 28 points is plenty good enough to win. So I don't think that's the issue, although I know where you're driving at. It seemed almost easy at the beginning, Sometimes games go like that, the ebbs and flows, and people make some adjustments. And, I thought that they turned the heat up a little bit with some blitzing. That's one thing they did. And we made a couple errors. We cut a guy loose on one time. Ethan almost got hammered there. So, but again, that to me, I don't look at that and say, oh, that's the biggest thing we have to get fixed.
Coach, defensively, can you just speak about going up against their quarterback, Gronowski? He had 3 rushing touchdowns against you guys, a couple at the end of the game. What went wrong defensively was trying to defend against him and his ability to run?
Well, I don't think, and again, I'll look at it. I have the worst seat in the house, but I don't think we tackled very well. And he is 235 pounds, so he's like having a fullback back there. We did some things to try to get numbers advantage in the run game, but when you run the quarterback, it adds another guy back to the numbers for them. So it was a good adjustment by them, and he ran a little more tonight than he has in the first 3 games. Even against Iowa State, he didn't run like he did tonight. So, but that's probably what I would have done too. That's what he does best.
Greg, the fan turnout was kind of reminiscent of that Washington Friday night game last September. What do what do you want to say to the students and the fans who packed this place tonight?
No, I thought it was great. You know, I looked at that student section, even in warm-ups, it was almost full. And the entire game, I wish that we could have come through for them and provided a win, right, and to build on it. But I do know that, you know, this team is going to be a good football team. Right now, we're not quite there yet, but we will be. We'll be a good football team. You know, we got another couple injuries, which, you know, that's not good. So we're going to have to assess where that leaves us. But there's young players that are ready, that have been developing, so they'll step up. I probably should say it now. CJ is out for the year. He was on the injury report today. So yeah, I really appreciate everybody that came out. It was outstanding. We'll be back. We'll play well, and we'll give them reason to come. But I understand it's frustrating when you get close and aren't able to pull it off. But it was really an impressive. You know, I'm focused on the game, but there's so many times that there's things going on in the stadium. It had to be a very impressive and a fun experience for our fans. So I just wish we couldn't do the thing that makes it the most fun, and that's win the game. But we will.
On Monday, you had talked about Ian Strong saying he may not be able to play the game. What did you see from him tonight? 8 catches, 151 yards, and that kind of performance.
Yeah, he played like a man. There's no doubt about it. He, you know, we've seen him do it before, but tonight I think doing it against that defense is a little bit different. You know, you got to remember that is one of the most elite defenses over time. Whether this year's is, I don't know that. It's too early in the season. But over time, you know, you look at some of the stats over the last, 10, 12 years, really, really, really good. And for Ian to have that kind of day is indicative of the kind of player he is and what he can be going forward.
Ethan sacked 3 times today, faced a good amount of pressure. What did you see from the Iowa defense that worked against your offensive line?
Well, the 2 edge rushers are good players, right? And then the big guy, 95 in the middle, he is a powerful dude. I thought actually early on we were protecting extremely well. Then, as I said, I think they heated us up a little bit with some pressures. And sometimes when you use pressures and then you don't bring the pressures, guys are worried about the pressures, so they don't do as good a job just blocking the straight front. And I don't know if that happened tonight. I have to watch the tape, but it kind of felt that way a little bit. But I don't think that, again, I don't think that was the problem, right? That's a good defense. They put pressure on everybody, and they cover well. So, I thought there was a lot of DPIs called, and there may have been some that weren't. I think that our guys did a good job in the receiving core of getting open, and Nathan did a good job of getting them the ball most of the night. So, but yeah, we got to assess where we are injury-wise and then get back to work, and we will do that. But again, thank you for covering the team and for sticking around tonight.